Engine choice is simple. There's a slow 1 litre non-turbocharged petrol engine which has 70 brake horsepower and a puny 71 pound-foot of torque, which means it gets to 60 in a truly glacial 16.9 seconds. It has just enough poke to be able to cope around town, but as soon as you get to a B road it really starts to struggle, and at over 3,000 RPM it also starts to get a little bit noisy. We recommend going for the 0.9 litre turbocharged petrol engine, which is the one we're testing today, and is definitely worth the premium over the entry-level engine. It has the right blend of performance to use around town and also on the open road. Yes, it does get a little bit vocal when you really push it through the rev range, but it has enough low-end grunt that you seldom need to do that. And if you're doing enough miles to warrant buying a diesel, there's the 1.5 litre diesel engine, which has a good delivery of power across the rev range and is one of the smoothest in its class. Sadly, the 5-speed manual gearbox isn't impressive. The action is a little bit vague. What is impressive, however, is the clutch is light and positive and the brakes are progressive, which makes the Micra a breeze for driving around town. In terms of how the car rides, the Micra suspension is fairly stiffly sprung, which on the plus side means it stops the car bouncing around over undulating roads, but on the downside it means the Ibiza, Fiesta and Polo are all smoother riding. This is particularly noticeable around town, where the Micra fidgets and has a tendency to crash over the kind of sharp potholes that those three rivals would cross without much bother. At least the Micra's jitteriness smooths out when the speed increases, which makes the Micra a very good motorway cruiser. The Micra's light steering lends itself perfectly to city driving. Trouble is, when you get out onto the open road, it doesn't weight up nicely like a Fiesta or Ibiza. It does, however, have plenty of grip around the corners and very minimal body lean, but the back end can feel a little bit skittish in wet conditions. Overall, it is reasonably sporty, but not quite as sporty as we were expecting. So Nissan claims this car is sportier than before. It is just about. The next claim is that the interior is more plush. Well, in the next part of the review, we will look at the inside in more detail.